Hello, welcome back to the Motorhome Review channel. Today I'm at Yorkshire Caravans of Bawtry, which is in South Yorkshire, and I'm here to give you a closer look at the Ace campervan range. Now Ace, which is part of the Swift group, is an entry-level campervan launched in February this year. I told you I'd come and do some more detailed reviews after the NEC, and here we are. So the range, I say it's entry level, prices start at around £60,000, which is pretty competitive in the current market, and these are based on Fiat. Now there's three different layouts, the SL, RL and GL. Today we're looking at the SL and the RL. It's important to note as well that in their two berth variant they are non-pop top, or you can opt for the pop top version, which is the T version at the end. So you'll see here it says RLT, and on the SLT, which we'll come to second, you can see that SLT. So if you want the four berth with pop top, it's that variant that you want to look for. If not, it's the two berth without the T, and that means no pop top. Right, let's dive in and find out what we need to know. So we'll start with the rear lounge campervan, the RL, and as I say, T because we have got the pop top. When you see the 1200, that means that this is the campervan range. The Ace 1500 is the motorhome range, so that's where we distinguish between them. Right, so the RLT. Now all the facts and figures are very much the same if you were just to opt for the standard RL without the pop top, so this is still going to be informative for you if you're looking at that model. So the RLT, it's based on the Fiat Ducato, standard a 2.2 litre diesel engine, 140 horsepower and manual transmission. You can opt for automatic transmission, and that'll be about a £3,000 additional price. In terms of size, so this campervan is 6 metres long, it's 2 metres and 26 centimetres wide, and it's 2 metres and 79 high, obviously not when you've got the pop top up. So in terms of weight, the great thing is this campervan has a gross vehicle weight of 3,500 kilos or 3.5 tonnes, so you can drive it on your car licence. And payload, you're going to get a payload of around 504 kilos. So those are a few of our facts and figures. Now prices, as I say, start at 60,000. This one here at Yorkshire Caravans has got a little bit more spec on it, and it's priced, as you can see, just over 70,000. Now, one of the things to note is the driver's pack. This one has the driver's pack. The driver's pack is £2,200, and that is going to give you Lanzarote Grey paint, the 16-inch alloy wheels, a single 110 watt solar panel, satellite navigation and a fly screen in the door. So I think if you're buying one, you probably want to put a driver's pack on it. So this one, the Ducato cab, as I say, Lanzarote Grey with the pack. Up at the top we can see the Ace logo as well. Let's head off, start making our way down the near side. So because Ace is an entry-level campervan, you'll see we don't have body coloured bumpers. These are the black bumpers and then the paintwork to follow. The near side, so we can see the Ace graphics for the season. They continue down the campervan. Up here we have the 1200, the RLT, so depending on the model it will be shown up there. On the driver's pack you will also get the electric step. As we can see, there's no awning fitted. That is an optional extra that you can have, but there is the LED awning light there, and then our pop top in action. Now standard, you will get 4 travel seats, regardless of which one you purchase, 4 travel seats. It's just the berths that's going to change from either 2 or 4. Now we have our water filling point. On board you'll get a 91 litre fresh tank and a 58 litre grey waste tank. Let's continue round to the rear. So on the back end of the Ace we can see our tinted windows here, the Lanzarote paintwork, Fiat badge. I'll open this up for us and we can take a look inside. Now this is the rear lounge layout, as I mentioned, so you can look in now and see the space that you have. Now these will convert into a bed. You could use them as singles if you're small or it's for children, but otherwise the idea is you'll convert this into a double bed, and it's going to be 6'1" in length. So again, make sure that's long enough for you. We'll take a closer look at the lounge when we go inside, but for now let's continue on. So the windows, they do open. You will get the concertina blinds and a fly screen as well. I'll leave the back end open and we'll appreciate that more when we go inside. So on the off side, as we continue round, we can see our graphics here, the toilet cassette point and our electric hookup point as well. On board, in terms of heating, you're going to get the Whale 6 kilowatt air blown heating system. So that's the exterior of the Ace RLT. Let's open our door and take a look inside. So on opening, we can see our kitchen unit is here, our electric step button. You can also as well attach a table here so you can sit out and enjoy some fresh air. I'll step in. So in I come. Now, first of all, I'll go straight up here to the cab area. So we have our Fiat dash, this one with the automatic at Yorkshire Caravans and Motorhomes. Because this is an entry-level camper, you'll notice there's no sunroof up here, so it does feel a little darker here. Again, at the price point, you've got to have a realistic expectation. The seats are turned round, so this is part of our relaxation space. So on the seats, we've got Ace embossed in here, the dark grey fabric, and on the Campervan, you'll see that the armrests are the rubber finish on them. Again, at the price point, that's to be expected. Now, turning round, we're into our lounge cum dining room area. So the bench seat is forward facing. You've got additional 2 seat belts there, part of the 4 seats. Here, this is where you're going to attach the table. The great thing is obviously the table packs away, so you don't have to have it out all the time. And then you can also use that table outside as well on that attachment point. Now, if I just pop this and drop this down, you've got access to some of the workings of the Campervan just under there. You're not really going to be able to use that for storage, but just access under there. The pop top is above me. I'm just going to stand up now. Now, there is a ladder. The ladder, which we will show you, will attach on here. And then from there, you're going to gain access into the pop top. Now, the pop top is a fabulous size. It's 6 feet and 8 inches long. You can see as well the parts there that do unzip as well. So it's going to give you a view out of the Campervan for when you are on site and you're using that as your bedroom space. Now, as we come down, first of all, say there is an excellent size opening into that pop top as well. And then we come down and we have our lounge cupboard space. So the finish is a textured grey. Opening these up, now there's curvature in the cupboards, and then you can see the depth and the height to them. These clasps as well, really strong clasps. Close those down. Underneath, now this is a good feature on Ace, you've got these little downlighters, and then this is a charging bank, so you can sit here with your gadgets and make sure you've charged yourself up. The window on the off side, that does open. There's a blind and a fly screen there. What I'll do as you come round, I'll just take a seat just so you can see obviously the positioning here, whether you're just sat relaxing or using it as a travel seat. Now, moving across, I've come in and we'll find the control panels where I've come in through the door. So your control panels for your water, your heating, and all the other bits and pieces here on the Campervan. You've got your battery levels as well here, and your fresh water pump there, lighting too. So easy to use controls, to be fair, just push and play. Then we're into the kitchen space. Now the kitchen space is quite generous here for a 6-metre camper. The flap here, so you've got an additional worktop space, and then this feeds through into our kitchen area. Now under here you'll see the sink with the chrome tap, and then 2 gas burners. On board you've got storage for 1 6-kilo gas bottle, and that's going to feed this here. Closing that down, there's 2 plugs here so you can plug in your toasters and kettles and what have you. A small shelving area, and then if I pop this one open, a storage space here. And again, this is a good size going all the way back, and these strong clasps as well. Close that down, and then we'll make our way down. So opening this one, we have a cutlery drawer here. I've already got the tray insert as well. And we've moved as well now to a matte white finish. Under here, we have more storage. And then we've got a microwave that's fitted. So no gas oven here, just the microwave, and then storage under there. So campervan storage, not bad at all really. So closing that up. Now while we're down here, we'll just look at the floor. So the flooring is a light wood effect, and that's running all the way through the campervan. Right, standing up to finish the kitchen, I'll just step back here. We have an 80-litre Dometic fridge. And above it, there is a small freezer compartment. I'll open that up so you can see in there as well. Now this is a compressor fridge, so this is running solely off electric. Whether you're on grid or off grid, it's going to run off electric. Underneath there, there is another handy storage section there, so you can hang your items in there and then put lower level items down at the bottom. So good storage as well in the campervan. The all-in-one washroom is on the off side. Now, it's not attached at the moment, but there is a matte black shower attachment which will go from here and feed off this tap here. Then we have our fold down sink. That also has the matte black tap. Underneath there's a toilet roll holder, so when you are showering it's not going to get wet. Plug holes in the base, the Thetford swivel toilet with the flush. There is a light, a mirror, and then a small cabinet, and we'll see the same replicated on the SLT when we dive in there. So that's our all-in-one washroom. I'll just show you this one with me stepping into it. So if I just put my sink back up, so in I go, twist my tap. So it is a fairly small space. One thing I'll say is obviously be mindful of headroom. If you're a taller person, the headroom. There is a tambour door, so that's going to slide around us. There's a light switch in here, a small vent, and as I say, a vent from the air blown heating. Right, let's carry on. Now RL and RLT, it is the rear lounge, and these are really good sized bench seats. Again, I'll just jump on one of them. So these are perfect for relaxation. If you think a campervan space could be a little bit of a compromise with the lounge space, you've got these two nice bench seats to be able to relax on. The great thing is as well, on a night time, this is going to convert into a double bed as well. Now, I think the benefit of this with a pop top is if you're a bit like me, I'm going to be honest, I'm not too fussed for making a bed up. And I know a lot of you won't be, but you don't want to compromise on relaxation space. So if you are a couple, this is a perfect campervan. You've still got your lounge, but you've also got your pop top. So you're not having to make your bed every night. Pop your pop top and you've got that. If the weather's really bad and you don't want to do that, you still then have an option of a double bed that you can make up. So that to me is quite a good compromise. So these are our good size lounge seats. There is some storage here as well. Let me dive down and drop this down. Now what you can do under here, and I'll open this one as well, is use this to store either the ladder for the pop top, because the ladder does fold in half, or you can keep under here your outdoor equipment like your camping chairs. Might be you've got levelling ramps. So you have got some storage under there. I'll close this one and then this one. Now the windows, this one does not open because otherwise the sliding door could take it out. This one on the off side does open, and again a blind and a fly screen. The blinds, if I pull it up, they are concertina on Ace, which I know a lot of people prefer. So all the Ace range have concertina. You'll notice as well these little downlighters, and then this is another one of those power banks. Brilliant, you've got a power bank on each side. So if you sat here with your bits and pieces, you can get those charged up. In here, we've got storage in these overhead lockers that run all the way down. if I open these up, and the good thing is they're not making contact with the ceiling at all. The hinge is nice and strong, stopping them where they are. There's also, as you can see, more lockers here, and then you've got the light switches dotted about around the camper van as well for that lighting. I'll close that down, and that one as well. In the roof, there is a small sunroof here as well. So that's our rear lounge, literally running all the way down. In terms of a television point, I'm not sure if there's the facility to put a television point back here. Speak to your dealer about that one, because I must say, I'd like to be sat here watching television against one of those walls. So that's a question to ask. Right, I'm going to dive out in a graceful manner, and we're going to head off now to SLT. So we've done RLT, let's start with our longitudinal SLT. Now the changes on this one again is based on the Fiat. It has the option of manual as standard or automatic as an optional extra. This one with the driver's pack, we can see the Lanzarote Grey, the alloy wheels, and also in that pack is that solar panel and the fly screen and the electric step. This one again, no awning fitted, but this is with it being SLT, is the pop top. So this one, 4 travel seats, 4 berths. If you don't want the pop top, you can just have the SL, and that will give you 2 berths. Now this campervan's a little bit longer. This one, if we trundle down, is 6 metres and 36 centimetres long. And what I always say is, if you're not sure from looking what length it is, if you look for this side marker here, that on the Fiat will tell you it's 6 metres and 36. You'll notice on the shorter model, there's no marker there. So that's something to look out for. Now, there aren't many changes on SLT in terms of other sizes, but there are differences in terms of where our services are. So our water filling point is now here. That's still a 91 litre fresh tank and the 58 litre grey waste. I'll just close the door across just so you can see the side of the SLT. I'll let you come through. So you can see now running down the side, just looks obviously very much like the rear lounge version, but just a little bit longer. And then if we come round the rear, we'll see our changes here. Now, as I say, this one has longitudinal or single beds at the rear. By longitudinal, what I mean is the beds are literally running down the campervan, so head to toe. Now, the benefit of this one over the rear lounge is you have this garage or storage space, and you can see, to be fair, that's a reasonable amount of storage for your outdoor equipment. So again, it's that compromise, which one's going to work best for you. There are tie down points here. There's a light switch, a 12 volt. There is some storage space on this side, and on this one we have access to the gas locker as well within that. On the RL, the gas is stored under one of the lounge seats. It's the offside lounge seat. So that is the benefit of the SL, campervan storage. We'll trundle around. We'll go down the offside just so you can take a look as we go. Again, we've got our toilet cassette point, our electric hookup point. So making our way around. Now at 6 metres 36, the benefit being we get the longitudinal beds. Opening the sliding door, let's take a look. So this one with the fly screen, again, our kitchen unit here. You can bring your table out, attach it there. Electric step as well. I'll just go in. Now, as we go in, it's replicated what we've seen before. I haven't turned the seats around, but these do turn. Then we have, again, our forward-facing seat. The table will attach there. We've still got our USB charging point. And on this one, if you want to dive in, you can poke your head into that pop top. So in this one here, you can see it with the window open as well to give you an idea. But that's 6'8" length of pop top. And then at the front, it just gives you a little idea of looking out of the window on that nice day. You'll probably have a better view out than I have right now. So ideally you'll be on a beautiful campsite with a fabulous lookout. Now the kitchen, there's a couple of changes here. Because we're longer, we've had a little bit a change around in our layout. So here we find our sink and the 2 gas burners. And again, we've got the storage and the microwave, and we have our cutlery tray as well. But then as we come down in the SLT, there's worktop space. Again, the 2 plugs and then this space. Now, this is where there's always a compromise, and it might be that you prefer the lounge layout, but unfortunately you prefer a bit more worktop space. And this is where you've got to decide which one's going to work best for you. Because also what we have is the drawer here, and then a smaller Dometic fridge under here. If I pull this here and open that out, so we've got a smaller capacity there under counter. There is a little freezer compartment. It's actually a removable freezer, so if you're not going to use that, you can gain a little bit more of refrigerator space. So this is the difference on the SLT. More worktop space, but a smaller fridge there as well. And then we move back to our longitudinal beds. So these again, 6 feet and 1 inch long, running down the camper head to toe. There is a little ladder as well, so you can clamber up there. You could jump up if you're a little bit more nimble. I think I'd be jumping, obviously, but there's a little ladder to clamber up. You can see the amount of headroom above me. And then we've still got, like we saw in RLT, we still have these overhead lockers. 3 on that side, and then you can see the 3 running down that side as well. The wallboard is a grey fabric finish. There's lighting as well. The windows, now again, this one doesn't open but does have the blind on it. On this side, this window on the off side does open, and there's a blind and a fly screen. There's also the charging banks as well. I'll just close these up and then we'll have a look at some storage underneath as well. Now, it's worth mentioning as well that all these mattress parts, they do separate. So the idea being is you can fold these 2 parts back. So if you need more room in the back of the camper van, you can take the bedding out and fold those back for extra height. These parts are memory foam. They are Duvet, so again, good quality mattresses. It's just how you choose to put bedding on these to keep them all together, and that's something I'd be considering the best way to make my bed. Now on this side, if I give this a push and a pull, there's a nice amount of storage in there, particularly at that lower level. And over on the off side, if I open this side, this is an excellent storage compartment there. Plenty of room in that one. And we'll do the washroom last but not least. So that's our rear longitudinal beds, 6 feet 1 long, the wallboard, the storage, and then feeding through into our washroom. Now, the washroom here is an all-in-one. It has got the tambour sliding door, and that leads into a shower, which is the matte black, all the way down into the bottom with the 2 plug holes. So the matte black shower. And then moving along, there's a light, there's the mirror, there's a small cabinet, which I'll show you in a minute, the Thetford toilet, and the pull-down sink. If I pull the sink down, there's a separate tap for that sink, and under there's also a toilet roll holder. If I put that back up, the cabinet, opening that, it is a small cabinet, admittedly, but you will get a couple of items in there. And then there's also hooks up here as well for your wet towels. So that is the all-in-one washroom. There's a vent from the air-blown heating as well, so that's going to keep that space warm. So that's our longitudinal beds, our all-in-one washroom to the offside, the generous sized kitchen with microwave but no grill and oven, gas hobs, sink and tap, our lounge cum dining area with the table that will fit here. And then looking up, we've got that fabulous pop top, which is going to give you 2 further berths, 6'8" long, storage, power banks for charging, our control panels. Right, jumping out of the SLT. So that is a closer look at the Ace Campervan range. As I say, there's 3 layouts available. However, today at Yorkshire Caravans, we've had a look at the RL in its T version. and the SL in its T version. As I say, prices start at £60,000 for a base campervan vehicle, or if you want to spec it up like here at Yorkshire with the automatic transmission and the driver's pack, and obviously the pop top, you're going to be looking nearer £70,000 to £72,000. Hopefully you've enjoyed having a look at these entry-level campers. I'm going to put a link in the description to Yorkshire Caravans here in South Yorkshire. I'll also put a link to the ACE website, so you can also have a look at that GL layout and find out a bit more about them for yourself. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.